this, kindly maintain decency throughout the lecture. Anyway, so in your third semester, you have hematology, applied biochemistry, histopathology, clinical microbiology 2, entrepreneurship, biomedical waste management, life skills, ethics and gender equality, domain aptitude, and some general proficiency 3. So these are the subjects that you will study in current semester, which is third semester. And today we will discuss, I'm going to teach you hematology. Okay, hematology is my subject, and I will teach you hematology. And I will teach you only the theory of hematology, whereas the practical will be shared with another faculty. So this is my work. So to teach you the hematology. So this is all about the subject. Then coming to the course objectives. So upon completion of this course, you will know everything about the blood. Okay. Then course outcomes. Obviously, you will know everything regarding blood in specific domains that we will see in the next session. So coming to the syllabus. So totally you have 3 unit students in this hematology. So the first unit is all about hemoglobinopathies. Here they have given brief introduction to hematology, actually. The definition, EDTA-ILs, various types of hemoglobinopathies, blood collection of blood, ESR counts, and some PCV, some blood-specific test has been given in the unit 1. Whereas in the unit 2, they have discussed about the morphology of red blood cells. So there are different types of cells and their morphology that they discussed, and their abnormalities, and they discussed about hemostasis, white blood cells, and the blood cell counting techniques. Okay, so this is your unit 2, and in the unit 3 you have hematocrit methods. So these are the blood tests where we have various types of blood tests like a ESR, platelet count, osmotic fragility test, all these things. Okay, so these are the syllabus, and we will cover all these things. Okay, so nothing much about syllabus, don't worry, very easy to finish this one. So coming to the blood. Okay, so yeah, see, rather than going with these slides, I would like to discuss some engaging activities, some interesting things about blood, then we can see, okay, the other things. So coming to blood, so blood is the fluid of life. Okay, so blood is stated as a fluid of life. Without blood, we can't live. And then why blood evolved? Okay, is there any animals without blood? Yes, there are animals without blood, and they are single cell animals. Single cell animals don't have any blood. But once the single cell animals evolved to multicellular beings, then multicellular beings must require the blood. The reason is for blood can able to supply oxygen to the greater amount of tissues. So that is why blood is the fluid of life. Okay, and very interesting thing is blood is also called as fluid connective tissue. Okay, blood is also called as fluid connective tissue. Now, before generalizing this, I would like to have your involvement in this lecture. Let us have functions of blood. Let us discuss the functions of blood. 1 second, let me do some modifications in the PPT. So like functions of blood, then it will be interesting. I'm re-sharing my PPT. 1 second. It is this one, functions of blood. Okay, I got it. See, I can't type during sharing the screen. So I will do one thing. I will share the whole computer screen. See better. I'm sharing whole screen. Now I can come outside here. Okay. Yes, sir. One second, students. All right, students. Can you see my screen? Is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes, thank you. Let me keep 1, 2, 3 here. Correct. Okay, tell me some functions of blood, students. Now I need at least 20 points, 20 functions. Let us start it. 20 points I want. What is the functions of blood? Can you tell me? Any few functions? Yes, functions of blood. Usual things we know. Why it is in gray color? Let me keep black. To carry oxygen and carbon dioxide to tissues, right? Is there any other function of blood? Is only carrying oxygen, carbon dioxide is the function of blood? Is there any other things? Can you tell me other functions of blood? I need 20 points. Can you tell me? Okay. Excretory function. Excretory function. So, okay. Let me tell you one simple thing about blood. See, blood is the primary. Blood is the primary medium where the body is in contact with. No matter whatever the thing, the cellular essentials, the nutrients of cell will obtain from blood, and the cellular waste products will be dumped into the blood. So compared to all other body fluids, blood is the golden fluid for lab diagnosis. Okay, whatever abnormalities in the body, those abnormalities can be easily detected in the blood. Blood is the excellent marker for detection of any body's abnormality, any cell abnormality. Say, for example, patient has some prostate cancer. Prostate cancer will release some prostate-specific cancer chemicals, and those chemicals can be detected in the blood because those chemicals are dumped into the blood. So blood is the excellent medium for detection of all types of markers in the body, of all diseases. Okay, so in that perspective, tell me the functions of blood. So one is excretory function. So here excretory function means it will excrete all the metabolic waste products from the body. So that is the excretory function. Then nutritive function. So here all the nutrients that the tissues request, those nutrients will be supplied by the blood. Okay. Then the blood will also act as a transport of various types of biomolecules to the body tissues. So that is a transport function. Then is there any other functions of blood apart from this? Excretory function, nutritive function, transport, carrying of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Any other functions of blood, students? I want your active involvement. It will be nice. Yeah. Any more? You can type also. It's okay. Functions of blood. Yes, students. Any other functions of blood? I want every one of you to speak, or at least you need to type so that I can understand that you are listening. Am I audible? Are you listening, students, by the way? Yes, students. Yes, transport function, or I think, yes, other than transport function, any other functions of blood? Clotting function, very good. Clotting function, excellent point. Who said this? Clotting function by Tanya. Very good. So yes, blood has this beautiful mechanism of clotting also. See, if unfortunately, if any damage occurred to the body, means now the blood will start bleeding. If that is the reason, if the blood is starting bleeding means, or if all the blood came outside the body means, we will die instantaneously. Because of bleeding, we will die because of loss of blood. That is why only during a cut, the blood can able to clot. So the clot will prevent bleeding. So, but this bleeding only happens once there is a damage. Okay. And this mechanism is called hemostasis. Okay. This clotting of blood is called as hemostasis. Blood stasis, to stoppage of prevention of bleeding is called as hemostasis, and this is a beautiful mechanism actually. How? See, the things that will clot the blood present in the blood itself, but they will only clot once the blood is outside the body. They won't clot if the blood is within the body, and that is really beautiful. How the blood came to know that it need to clot only if it is outside the body? How it came to know that? So that is triggered by many cascade reactions. We have intrinsic, extrinsic, and there are platelet involvement, many clotting factors involvement. So yes, that is one excellent function of blood, which is the clotting function of blood. That is very good. Okay, that is called hemostasis. Any other functions of blood? Any other functions? Very good. We got
Regulates body temperature.
yes, Rohan.
It regulates body temperature.
Very good. Regulation of body temperature. Excellent, excellent, Rohan. Regulation of body temperature. Very good. See, blood is the primary medium that dissipates heat in the body. Even body temperature is distributed by blood. Okay, blood is the excellent conductor of heat. By the way, is blood alone generating heat? No, actually, the heat is generated by the liver. Liver is the primary organ that will generate heat. And what is the reason why liver is able to generate heat? Means because liver is the storage unit of all biomolecules. Okay, the maximum metabolism happens in the liver. Whenever there is a metabolism, if a sugar is converted to some other thing, pyruvate or any metabolism, the byproduct will be heat. So maximum metabolism happens in the liver. So maximum heat will be generated by the liver. Now, once the blood is flowing through the liver, this blood will acquire the heat and this blood will dissipate, evenly distribute the heat into the body. So heat regulation is done with the help of body. Body temperature is regulated by the blood. Very good. Excellent answer. Any more functions of blood? Someone wrote that defense function. Very good. So defense function. Yes. So blood has a white blood cell, students. So these white blood cells will act as a small police in our body. So they whatever pathogens entering into the body, they will kill the pathogens. So with the help of these white blood cells, the blood will also act as a defense or protective function to the body. It is called as defensive function. Very good. Any more functions? We came up to 7 points. Excellent. Apart from defensive function, any other functions? Someone saying muscle contraction. I want justification for this answer. How blood will facilitate in muscle contraction? Can you tell me, Alina? Muscle contraction. How blood will enhance in muscle contraction? Okay, so muscles is one of the most oxygen demanding tissue. So yes, in a very indirect way, blood will facilitate muscle contraction, but that is not satisfying with my actual function of blood. Any other function of blood? Muscle contraction, I'm not sure. Okay. It's a very long, indirect method of enhancing. Anyway, that is different. Any other functions of blood, students? I want more. I said, right, we can able to get almost 20 points, 20 functions of blood. So yes, let us be brainstorm. Let us do brainstorm. Think, students, everyone. Is there any other interesting functions of blood? There are many actually. Try to get some more functions of blood. Okay, see, we are the how can I tell? If anything flowing in the vessels, if anything flowing in a tube, it will exert a pressure, and pressure is very essential to facilitate the transport of or filtration of blood within the membranes of the body. Say, for example, we have very tiny blood vessels in the eyes, very tiny blood vessels in the brain. So all this the blood must pump through all these tiny vessels. How it can achieve? It can achieve by maintaining pressure, high pressure and low pressure. By maintaining pressure within the body, the blood can able to flow. There is a one small law called, in order to have any fluid flow, there we must have a high pressure area and a low pressure area. Only if we have these two pressure variations, the blood can able to flow. So the blood pressure is given by blood actually. Okay, obviously the pressure is generated by the heart, but that pressure is evenly maintained throughout the body by the blood. So blood pressure is one function of body. If the blood pressure decreased means that will be decrease in hypovolemia. In case of low blood volume, there will be less blood pressure, tissues won't get adequate blood supply and they will suffocate to death. You know, tissues will go hypoxia, oxygen depletion state, and they will die. So blood pressure is maintained by the blood. Any more functions of blood such? Functions of blood. See, when I'm telling functions of blood, it is not only about blood. Blood has some indirect functions with other body parts. Yes, try to tell me the other functions of blood. Can we able to excrete urine without blood? Can kidneys function without blood, students? What is urine? Urine is a filtrated blood only. Blood will get ultrafiltration in the kidney, so that waste product will be the urine, right? So yes, urine formation occurs because of blood. So urine formation occurs because of blood. So that is one function of blood, which can be a sub function of excretory part of blood. Okay, so urine formation can occur because of blood. Any other functions of blood? Temperature regulation, transport, clotting mechanism, then blood pressure, urine formation, then hormonal function. No matter whatever hormones we take, all hormones must, I mean endocrine hormones. Okay, all endocrine hormones need to be flow via blood. Blood will act as a medium for transport of all hormones. So hormonal function is facilitated by blood. Any more functions, students? Any interesting functions of blood? There are many actually. Can you tell me even more functions of blood? We got messages here. Let me check. Second point also that we can include in second hormone, menstrual cycle and osmoregulation. Very good. Adib Jha, he said about osmoregulation. Excellent. Yes, osmoregulation is very important. I'm writing here, osmoregulation. So this osmoregulation is a okay. How can I tell osmotic pressure? This osmotic pressure is exerted by electrolytes in the body, and these electrolytes are very essential for formation of various intracellular and transcellular fluids such as peritoneal fluid, pleural fluid, pericardial fluid, synovial fluid, semen, ocular fluid, vitreous humor, CSF, what is the cerebrospinal fluid. All these fluids will be in their optimum temperature if the electrolytes are in their normal state. So that electrolyte balance is directly regulated by blood, which is osmoregulation. These electrolytes will facilitate osmolarity, and that osmoregulation is one of the important function of blood. Excellent, Andeep said a very nice point, which is osmoregulation. Osmoregulation is very important for maintaining all other fluids in the body, such as pericardial, pleural. All these fluids will be maintained with the help of this osmoregulation. And someone saying menstrual cycle. Yes. Menstrual cycle in the blood function. Yes, we can say it. Very nice point by Ria Paul. So menstrual cycle, yes. So there, if there is any abnormalities in the blood, then the menorrhea, the bleeding will be increased or bleeding will be reduced depending upon the hormonal variations within the blood. So we can say it is a very indirect way of function, which is menstrual cycle. Moreover, menstrual cycle is related with this hormones, but those hormones are suspended in the blood, so we can write it. I'm writing menstrual cycle, menstrual cycle. There is one primary function, students, you are forgetting. That is one of my favorite function. Okay, I want to tell this function particularly, which is the, okay, here I want to emphasize a new point to you, then we can correlate this function with the blood, okay. What is the energy form, energy currency in the body, students? It is in the form of, we will get energy in the form of ATP, right? Adenosine triphosphate, right? So we will get energy in the form of ATP. And how we will get ATP? We will get ATP by metabolizing the carbohydrates. We will take some sugar, sugar will be breakdown, and we will get ATP in the last. Okay, this is the high potential energy currency, where we have three phosphate atoms packed in a very small molecule, adenosine triphosphate. Now, this ATP is the way we will use ATP is completely dependent on acids and bases in the body. No matter whatever the biomolecules, they are uh, categorized into two types. We have acids, either we have biomolecules with acidity or we have biomolecules with basic alkalinity. Okay, now there is a delicate balance between acids and bases. Say for example, the optimum body's function will be in the range of 7.3 to 7.4. That's it. That is the body's optimum pH range, 7.3 to 7.4. This is in this range, all our enzymes will work. All the enzymes requires certain pH for their normal function, and that optimal pH is maintained by the blood. That is called buffer function of the blood. Blood has this bicarbonate ions. This bicarbonates will ensure to keep the body's pH in its optimum range, which is 7.32 to 7.42. So that pH regulation is done by blood. Okay, pH pH regulation. So this pH regulation is also called buffering function. Buffer. Okay, buffering function is given by this blood. I would like to tell about pH even more. If the pH is less than 7.2, the patient will die immediately. If the pH is greater than 7.5, patient will die. So now you can understand the significance of pH, because if it is going beyond the limit, then all the enzymes within the body will shut down. If enzymes shut down means metabolism will be shut down. If metabolism shut down, all functions will demise. They will die. So yes, this pH is a vital thing which is maintained by the blood. Okay, perhaps we can say, moreover, oxygen gases transport, the pH regulation is a vital function of the blood. pH, okay, the body's pH is very important parameter, and that is extensively regulated by blood, which is bicarbonate buffer system. Okay, that is one important function of the blood. Yes, any more functions of blood? Very good. Someone said about production of plasma proteins. Yes, plasma proteins is produced by, we cannot say production, but this plasma proteins will be maintained within the blood. Say for example, albumin, fibrinogen, globulin proteins, all these proteins will be, it will act as a storehouse. That can be stated as a storage function of blood. So plasma proteins will be um, stored in blood. Not all proteins, I'm telling again. Few proteins need to be maintained in the plasma, okay, serum proteins, and these serum proteins will be present in the blood only, because serum is this one, right? Yeah, blood. So serum proteins will be maintained in the blood. See, you cannot annotate when I'm taking class, right? So please don't annotate anything, or if not, I will remove that option to you. Anyway, yeah. So proteins will be stored in the blood. Any other functions of blood? Any other creative answers from you? Oh, I think you came, I really appreciate that you came up to 14 points. Okay, so let us summarize this and tomorrow we can continue this session. So far the functions of blood include carrying oxygen, carbon dioxide, excretory function, nutritive transport, clotting function, then regulation of body temperature difference, blood pressure maintenance, then urine formation, hormonal functions, osmo regulation, menstrual cycles, pH regulation, and protein store for storage of proteins. So really interesting points. Tomorrow we can continue. Okay, the other functions. I think the same things are there in my notes also. I will show you my notes. So the same things I kept in the my notes. See, functions of blood. So nutritive function, respiratory function, excretory function, transport function, regulation of water balance. So the amount of water present in the body is regulated by blood only. Okay, that's a straightforward thing. Okay, regulation of water balance, regulation of acid base, then regulation of body temperature, storage function, defensive function. So whatever the textbook say, everything we covered with a nice interaction each other. So these are the functions of blood. Okay, so by this we can understand the role of blood. So if we don't have blood, then we don't have these activities. If these activities are not there, we will die instantaneously. So yes, blood is the vital for living. So without blood, we can't survive. So that is why we need to study about this blood and what are the abnormalities we will get, what are the anemias. All this we will continue in upcoming sessions in the blood. Okay. I think I can end this session, right? Is there any doubts so far in today's lecture? Can you able to understand me, students? Is there any issues with my vocabulary, with my accent? Is there any issues with me? If you
No,
feel
sir.
no, right?
Sir, it's totally fine.
Very good, students. Yes. Okay, we can meet tomorrow. Okay. So thank you very much, students. You can leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you, students. You can leave.